Carl's academic scores improved dramatically. He soon earned the right to participate in real diving drills. But his first dive nearly ended in disaster. During a ship hull welding exercise, the vessel suddenly shifted, trapping a teammate's oxygen hose. Carl volunteered to dive in. While he was replacing the hose, another teammate panicked and fled the ship, abandoning the trapped diver. Carl faced the danger head-on and managed to save his teammate. But instead of being awarded the Navy's Hero Medal, it went to the cowardly white sailor, because in the Navy's eyes, black men weren't worthy of honor. Carl had grown used to this kind of injustice. It no longer broke him. Then came devastating news. His mother called to tell him his father had passed away. The man who once told him never to give up was gone. Carl broke down in tears. That night at the bar, trying to drink away his pain, he was kicked out by a group of white men. Even the instructor taunted him. Carl challenged him to a breath-holding contest. If Carl won, William would be reinstated. If he lost, Carl would leave the school for good. They suited up in their diving gear. The contest began. At 2 minutes and 50 seconds, both were calm. At 3:10, bets were flying. At 4 minutes, the instructor's nose started to bleed. He was at his limit. Fearing he'd die, other sailors pulled him out of the water. Carl had won. The commanding officer was furious. He berated the instructor and ordered him to find a way to block Carl from taking the final graduation exam. That night, the instructor warned Carl, "Don't bother showing up. He'd never be allowed to pass." The commander would never let a black man graduate, but Carl still showed up for the exam. The test was simple: assemble parts underwater. When it was Carl's turn, the commander ordered someone to cut his gear bag and toss it into the sea, sending all the parts scattering across the ocean floor. It was a sabotage meant to make him fail, but Carl didn't give up. This was his one shot to change his life. An hour passed, then 4. Other trainees finished and left, but Carl stayed underwater, trembling from the cold, searching piece by piece. After 9 hours in the freezing sea, Carl was still down there, refusing to quit. As the night wore on, the water temperature dropped further. The commander called the instructor with strict orders. Under no circumstance should Carl be pulled out. Let him freeze. The instructor pleaded with Carl to stop. It wasn't worth dying for. But Carl insisted he had to finish. As he neared death, the instructor finally defied the order and told the others to pull Carl up. The commander raged and threatened to strip him of rank. But by now, Carl had earned the respect of every soldier there. They ignored the commander and did everything they could to bring Carl to the surface. But Carl wouldn't let them. He clung to the rope, refusing to be pulled up until he finished the task. Only after successfully completing the underwater assembly did he return to shore, his lips pale, his body shaking, but his eyes burning with determination. The instructor declared he had passed. Carl had officially graduated. William, who had been expelled, was reinstated. He later told Carl that the instructor had been punished, demoted to petty officer, and forced to serve 6 months at half pay for disobeying the commander. Years later, that same instructor saw Carl on TV. He was now a certified Navy diver, leading a nationally watched mission. Carl had done it. He had become the hero no one believed he could be.